Hey, Trump voters, you fake-ass patriots, look, I need to educate you on something real quick. Something I guarantee you don't know, and you need to know it. It's vital information, all right? And I know you don't know it because the Fox Faking News hadn't told you that. I ain't gonna tell you what I'm about to tell you. At least they're not gonna tell you the truth about it. And no dude on Twitter's gonna tell you, or the telegrams, or your buddy at work ain't gonna know this either, or your preacher man or nothing. So you need to know this. And what that is this new Congress that y'all just put in there. They just released their spending bill, what they intend on doing to all of us, y'all. They just released it all. It's a $1.5 trillion in cuts to programs that benefit the everyday American. What it is, $1.5 trillion in cuts for us, y'all. You know people on Medicaid? You got a sister, your mama, maybe a daughter, grandkids or something like that rely on some Medicaid for their doctor's appointments and stuff like that. You do? Well, it's gone. It's gone. They're going to gut all that. They're going to take all the money from the Medicaid to get rid of that. So they decided we don't need that anymore. What they said. They said we don't need the Medicaids. So they're getting rid of that completely. 20% cut to food stamps. So if you're getting some food stamps, which you probably are, or you got family members and stuff like that rely on food stamps because they have to eat to stay alive and stuff, they're going to cut 20% out of that right there. No food stamps are just gutting the farm bill completely. So they're just going to bankrupt farmers, small farms and stuff. They're just going to bankrupt them so that the corporate farms can just buy them up at pennies on the dollar and further control or monopolize our food supply there for us. That way they can just charge us anything they want to, So they're doing that. They're just making cut after cut after cut. $1.5 trillion, just gutting the Department of Education, all that stuff. Doing all that. Hey, but they are increasing spending. $100 billion in increase for the military. Yep, they're doing that. $100 billion increase for the military. Oh, yeah, and the big one. They got a big one. A big increase in spending. $4.5 trillion, with a T, trillion dollar increase. That right there is for tax cuts. For them, for the rich, the wealthy, the Elon Musk, the Jeff Bezoses, the Zuckerbergs, and the Donald F. and Trumps. Yeah, they got a big $4.5 trillion increase in spending to pay for their tax cuts. Their tax cuts. Let me emphasize that. Their tax cuts. See, they won't be paying any taxes anymore. We will. We're going to continue to pay taxes. Most likely more, because they're going to raise taxes on people that make less than $600,000 a year to help pay for those $4.5 trillion in tax cuts. Hey, that's what they did. And like I said, you wouldn't know that. I wouldn't expect you would because your Fox Faking News ain't going to tell you that. Hey, sometimes you need to get up there on the Google machine, I know you got it, don't you? You do, because you're looking at me talking to you right now. You've got that machine, and that Google machine, you can type up there in the box, house.gov or congress.gov. You could look up some of these bills and stuff. These HRs is what they call them, House resolutions. You can look them up and see what the Republican people are doing to all of us that y'all stuck there in them Congresses. Yep. Nothing good. Nothing ever good to benefit the American people. Nothing ever in the last 50 years. Nothing. Period. So you could find that out for yourselves if you really wanted to. You don't have to rely on your buddy. Hey, the next time your buddy at work comes to and say, guess what I found out on the Facebooks? Tell your buddy, I don't give a damn what you found on the Facebooks, to leave you the hell alone, because he's probably just as ignorant as you are, most likely. All right? So anyway, that's what they're doing to us there with their budget. We tried to tell you. That's all it was about. All this thing was about. That's what Doge is about, going in there and just gutting all of our agencies to pay for tax cuts and stuff so they can stop spending money on things that we need and take our money and give it to them. That's all it's been about. It's real simple, it ain't rocket surgery. So anyway, I know y'all think y'all know everything, and you hate somebody like me telling you stuff and try to educate you, especially, sounding like I do, with the accent that I got. You know that, hey, this dude shouldn't be telling me this stuff because, hey, he sounds like he should be one of us. Hey, I used to be kind of like one of y'all, but I never was in the cult. I'll admit I never got in the cult, but I know how y'all think. I was raised up around y'all. I live around y'all. I hear all that nonsense all the time. So y'all like to get together and you get mad about something, you blame the government. You just start biatching about the government. That damn government getting all up in my business. I can't even build a damn shed without having to pull a permit. Hey, that right there is called local government. That's pissing you off. You don't know the difference between local and federal. That's part of your problem. There, you got to pull a permit to build a shed or something like that. Those are them regulations that you bitch about. You always talk about, I'm sick of the regulations. Hey, the regulations that these big federal congressmen are talking about ain't about you building a damn shed. What those are about is people like DuPont, big corporations dumping chemicals in our water supply and our rivers and stuff like that. They want to stop big corporations from trying to poison our food supply and our water supplies and destroying our environment. Those are the regulations. It's trying to stop big financial institutions and banks from price gouging people and stealing their money. Those kind of regulations is what the federal government does, not permits for your effing shit, okay? So you don't know that stuff. And if you're not complaining about that, then you're complaining about paying taxes. I got to pay these damn taxes. I'm sick of paying these damn taxes. Hey, what you're complaining about, that $5 that comes out your taxes, assuming that you get a $1,000 paycheck that goes to food stamps, boy, that really upsets you. That $5 that goes towards food stamps just, man, ticks you right off. Even knowing that you yourself are probably on food stamps or have been at some point in your life, or your mama's on some food stamps, or your sister's on some food stamps, or your daughter's on some food stamps. You know that you've got friends and family that's on some food stamps, and you don't complain about that. What you're really worried about is somebody that might live about 1,000 miles away from you with a different skin tone than you, and those lazy N-words don't deserve no food stamps, right? Because they didn't earn it, right? That's what it's all about. You think you deserve it, and the people you know deserve it, but not them. And that's why you're worried about that $5 out of your paycheck going to those food stamps. But you ain't concerned about the $100 coming out of that paycheck that goes to military spending, are you? You never complain about that. You're always focused on the things that are helping somebody that you think may not deserve something. You're so damn afraid that somebody might get something they didn't earn, man. It just drives you insane. That $5 bill. So that's the way you think. I know that's the way you think, and you know I'm right. Okay, so there was a real smart man here recently, Tim Walls, and he said something real brilliant. Mind your own damn business is what you need to do. See, especially out there in them small towns. I know y'all think y'all are great out there in the small towns, Jason Aldean. But rather than focus and worry about what goes on in blue cities and stuff like that, worry about your own damn self, all right? Worry about your teenage pregnancy rate there in your small towns. Clean that up, all right? Or the incest that goes on out there, or the kid-touching preachers you got out there in your churches and stuff. Fix that right there. Or the meth labs and all the pills flying around in little small towns out there. Fix that. Or these judges and politicians to get together and make backroom deals together and make sure that they can break the law, but they want to go ahead and apply the law to every damn one of y'all. Fix that right there. Or the police out there in your small towns that make sure that the product that's flying around y'all small town streets are their product. Fix that. How about doing that? Or how about the teenage kids that are riding the dirt roads all night long, drinking and popping pills? Fix that right there. Fix your own damn house first and quit worrying about what everybody else is doing, all right? Same thing with the whole transgender and gay people and stuff like that. Hey, why are you worried about them? Huh? Why are you worried about them? You probably ain't met one in your life, all right? So you're awfully concerned about it. Let me clue you in on something. There's been gay people and trans people on this dirt ball that we live on for as long as there's been people, all right? And there always will be. See, especially here in the United States, we have this diverse community. That's just what it is. And if you don't like it here, do like your orange Jesus said, you can leave, all right? You can leave, all right? This planet ain't for you, apparently, if knowing that trans people and gay people exist, and that's why you go out there and vote Republican. Well, you living on the wrong planet. You need to find the almighty eject button because you're just too damn weak and fragile to be able to handle it here, all right? So don't let your racisms and your homophobias and stuff guide you into voting for Republicans, because I just told you what they're doing to you and to every damn one of us. They don't care about you. How many times do you have to be told that? They don't care about you. Hey, but you know something else? I'll tell you what, a real smart little kid is that Elon Musk little boy right there. I think he's a boy. Maybe he's a robot or a clone or something like that. But you know what? Little kids tell the truth. And he told Donald effing Trump, hey, you're not the president and you really need to leave. Just before he picked his nose in front of him. And then he told him, you can just shut the F up. And then he put a booger in Leon's ear. But anyway, that little kid didn't just pick that up on his own. He's heard his daddy say that. Because Elon Musk knows damn well he spent $250 million to buy this government so he can destroy it. And he looks at himself as the president. And that kid knows that. And Donald effing Trump knows that. Or he wouldn't have been sitting there in his little cup chair like he was while Elon Musk was playing president in the Oval Office. Because this executive order that Donald effing Trump just signed essentially hands over a dictatorship to Elon Musk. Okay? So whenever he comes along with his little diabolical plan, and he goes ahead and finishes dismantling and destroying our constitutional rights, and forces every damn one of you to go ahead and take that Neuralink chip in your brain so that he can steer you around like a bunch of Sims, well, you voted for it. Inmate Trump.